What is going on, everyone? Welcome back to my channel. I hope you're all having an amazing day. Today I've got some more crazy entitled parent stories for you guys. But before we get into the first one, if you are new around here, subscribe to my channel. We're currently at 526,000 and I'm trying to hit 600k as quickly as possible. My entitled mother despises my girlfriend, which just led us to move in together. My mother then almost poisoned my girlfriend's dog. I will put some background first. I, an 18-year-old male, have just finished moving in with my girlfriend, 18 from now on Eva, obviously a fake name. We've moved into my grandparents' old house. They moved into a smaller place years ago, and my mother was asked to make sure it remains in good condition, which she did not. In 5 years, of course, it didn't become a desolate ruin, but still, the time in which nothing was done there took its toll. Several months ago, even long before Rona was a thing, I had a dispute with my mother about my relationship with Eva and my at the time insane workload, which led to me considering moving out and subsequently doing it. When my grandparents found out that I'm staying in dorms and looking for a place to move in with Eva, they offered their old house under the condition that we'll fix it up. Then Rona happened and almost everything was immediately closed down. The time has come. My grandparents proposed that Eva and I can stay in their house during the pandemic. Well, months have passed. Eva and I were almost done with everything that is needed to move in completely when my mother came around, asking if she can stay for some time. Because her and my dad need some time apart. I wonder why, lol. This was already when almost all restrictions were lifted, so Eva and I have found jobs. So my mother is there alone with Eva's dog, from now on Snickers, obviously a fake name. Eva brought her dog because obviously the two of them can't exist without each other. And to be honest, I got to love him as well during the past few months. Now, since my mum is home alone, you'd expect her to do something, right? Well, no. I mean, if you're staying at someone's house and make them do concessions for your comfort for long periods of time, weeks, months, it's a basic politeness to at least help by doing little things and try not to add even more work, right? My problem is that all she was doing is sitting and watching TV, and she did not do anything other than get in the way, add work, complain about everything, and interrupt even the tiny bit of privacy Eva and I got. Dog fed? Yes, but not enough. Dog bored? Yes. Simple meal cooked? No. Work? Added for me and Eva to do it. Chips and similar stuff? Expenses skyrocketed and crumbs were everywhere. Hotel? Trivago. Yeah, I might sound harsh and a butthole here for expecting a guest to do a job around my house, but all I wanted and asked her to do was to clean up the mess she has made, fill a bowl, throw a tennis ball a few times, and to make some packet meals for the evening. One of the arguments regarding this was, exactness not guaranteed, I asked what I should do for the evening and for the next day. My mum said that she doesn't care. Eva said that a homemade pizza for the evening and mashed potatoes with schnitzel for the day would be good. So pizza and mashed potatoes with schnitzel. As I'm midway through the process of putting all the things on the pizza, my mum comes and says, "I don't want a pizza or a schnitzel, I had them not long ago." I'm sorry, but you said you didn't care. If you mind, you can take leftover goulash from yesterday or make yourself a packet soup. Don't talk to me like that. Then stop complaining. If you have such a problem with what we're cooking, just cook yourself. Don't disrespect me like that. I gave birth to you, I cared for you, I raised you. Yeah, that's cool and all, but I don't remember complaining about what you made for food. Oh, shut up. You have no right to talk to me like that. Look, unless you calm the F down, I have full right to tell you to F out of this house. A few days have passed, and even notice my mother has dropped a cookie, the one half coated in chocolate, near Snickers. Chocolate is poisonous for dogs. My mother likely full well knew she dropped it. And obviously Snickers, with his state-of-art detection of food on the ground, immediately went to examine the cookie. Eva luckily took it before Snickers could eat it. Eva said to my mum, "I'm sorry, but you have to be careful with chocolate around Snickers. He almost ate the cookie you dropped." So, you feed him cookies all the time? Yes, those are cookies I make specifically for him. But what you dropped might kill him. Oh, come on, there's just a little chocolate in it. Just please be careful. Just a stupid and dirty flea bag. That was my mother throwing a massive poop into a massive fan. Eva is in general very easy to annoy. This applies twice when it regards someone or something she deeply cares about and loves. I could literally see Eva turn bright red from rage with smoke coming out of her ears. Listen here, the stupid dirty flea bag, given the amount of trash trash I have to clean up after you every freaking day is way more hygienic and intelligent than you are. Oh, come on guys, quit it you two. Now you listen here, you little cheeky disrespectful female dog. You have no reason or right to shout at me like that. I again unsuccessfully try to break it up before they do something worse, and at this point, Snickers started to growl and bark at my mother, so I had to drag him outside or he might attack her. Now, given that he's one of the bigger and stronger breeds, that would not be good. Yeah, and you have no freaking right to call me these names. Oh, just continue. You're just proving that you're just a little insolent immigrant filth female dog. Oh, just look at the poops I give about what you think of me. Just continue. You're just proving that you're narcissistic and xenophobic, and that the only good thing about you is giving birth to OP. I finally got back, and I will spare you the further insults. It basically ended up with me kicking my mother out, and with Eva crying curled up in a ball on our bed while sobbing, "I'm so sorry." I pieced it together and figured that my mother was trying to break me and Eva apart all along. Eva and I are to get our licenses and a car from her parents this week, which means full independence. So that means that my mother's plans to prevent me from moving in with Eva have failed, and that I won both the battle against my narcissistic and entitled mother and the lottery of life by moving in with the person I love. Yes, Eva might not have behaved accordingly, but neither did my mother for the past 2 freaking years. That is, since Eva and I started to have something between us. Wow, yeah, you're completely right, OP. It seems like your mother has some sort of weird vendetta against your girlfriend, Eva. I don't really know why. She seems really, like, sweet and gentle. The fact that you made her cry at the end, the entitled mum made her cry at the end, is just so horrible. Like, Eva's done nothing wrong, and I hope you guys know that. I hope OP knows that. You've done nothing wrong in this situation. You've just stood up for your dog and for yourself and for your partner as well, you know, the entitled mum's son, OP. But yeah, the fact that she was cried up in a ball saying "I'm so sorry" when you did nothing wrong is just absolutely horrible. I'm just delighted now for you two that you can live on your own without your entitled mum being there. Just get rid of her as quickly as possible. Like, what a toxic family member to have in your life. What a horrible person. And also, you say that Eva has a very short temper, and maybe she does, but if my girlfriend's mum acted like that around me, we would not be able to live in the same house, that is for sure. I mean, my fuse would go very quickly, let's just say that. Now moving on to our next story. Grandmother thinks denying me inheritance will make me straight. This is more entitled grandparents, but I don't know where else to put this. For some context, my maternal grandfather, who I've been estranged from for a while, now passed away last month. I refused to attend the funeral because I didn't feel comfortable being around that side of my family, since they were always cruel to my siblings and me. Well, yesterday I got a call from my grandmother about inheritance. In all seriousness, I had zero expectation on that front, since my grandfather didn't exactly like me. However, he apparently did leave me something in his will, though I'll never be able to collect it. He set a certain clause, I'm not sure what it's really called, for me to be allowed to receive it. The conversation went as follows. My grandmother says, "I'm sorry you couldn't make the funeral, OP. I didn't go because you told me I couldn't." "No, I said your friend couldn't." "What, my husband? I'm not doing this again with you." Fine. Anyways, I wanted to talk to you about your inheritance." "Inheritance? Grandfather hated me. What the heck would he leave me?" "I'm not sure. The attorney said it was meant for your eyes only by his wishes." "Okay. However, there are a couple things you're required to do before you receive it." "Which would be?" "You have to divorce your husband and marry a woman, approved by me, of course. I already know a lovely girl that would be willing." "What? That's the dumbest thing I've ever heard. Absolutely not." "But you have to, otherwise you can't have your inheritance." "I don't care. I never wanted anything from that man. You can keep the stupid inheritance. I don't want it, and I don't want to talk to you anymore." "Oh, stop being dramatic. You're just like your mother." I hung up and haven't heard anything since. I don't know if what she said was true, but I don't care. Even if I had been able to claim the inheritance, I wouldn't have. I talked to my mum today and she told me she got an angry call from my grandmother about me being unreasonable and disrespectful. She fully supported me telling my grandmother no. My siblings have also said they received similar calls about inheritance and also refused. We plan to all finally fully cut contact with that side of the family, and honestly, we should have done sooner. Well, yes, you definitely should have done. That is so toxic. You know, guys, if you thought the first entitled mum was toxic, this grandmother, wow, that is the icing on the cake. That is a new level of toxicity. I hate everything about the story. Like, that is just so manipulative. You know, OP, you've done the right thing by saying, I do not care about your inheritance one bit. But here's the situation, guys. Imagine OP really needed that money. You know, what if OP had no money at all to his name and either had to take this money, you know, giving up his husband, you know, his sexuality, everything he believes in, or go homeless? That's such a manipulative thing to do. I hate this grandmother so much, and I hate the grandfather even more, even though he is dead. The one thing I'm pretty sure on is that no will of that nature would ever be legal. Surely, I mean, you can't say to someone you need to change your sexuality, divorce your husband, and get a wife instead in order to get your inheritance. That can't be legal. I really hope it isn't. Any of you watching that might be lawyers, let me know down below, because I'm not really sure. Anyway, guys, that is going to do it for this video. I hope you have enjoyed it. If you want more from my channel, more Entitled Parents is up on the screen right now. You know what? I'll put a feature-length movie up on screen right now, all Entitled Parents stories in one video. Go and watch it if you want to binge my content. Also, if you are new to the channel, please make sure you are subscribed so you never miss out on one of my daily uploads. And with that being said, I will see you tomorrow with a brand new one right here.